Sorry, I didn't see you there. I hope you haven't been waiting long. Oh, you like my pen? Yeah, me too. It makes me happy in the middle of winter. Do you want me to show you how to make one? All right. It only takes a few supplies. Ink pen, flour, and floral tape. There may be two kinds of flowers that you'll be working with. There are flowers with no stem, and there are flowers with a stem. For the flowers with a stem, if it has leaves and other stuff on it, it's your choice whether or not you want to push those all the way up to the top and put that whole thing on your ink pen, which may be just a little bit large, but that's your choice, or if you take them off. Now, for those with a stem, we're going to be attaching this to the ink pen. So you don't actually want the stem to be longer than the ink pen because we'd like the flower to sit right near the bottom of the pen. So we also want to be able to put the cap back on the pen. So the stem should not be longer than where the cap sits on the pen. So I'm actually going to take this one and cut it right here. Yeah, there we go. Save that bit of stem, it may come in handy later. And we're gonna work with this flower with the stem on it. So, choose your ink pen and grab your florist tape. Florist tape is a kind of sort of paper tape that has wax in it, and the heat from your fingers as you're pulling and working with it will create the sort of adhesive that it needs to stick to itself. We're going to start by wrapping the floral tape around the stem of the flower. This will give us a nice base when we start wrapping it around the pen. So right underneath the flower, right at the top, go ahead and start sort of stretching and wrapping as you're going around the flower. Once you've gone around a few times and it's stuck nicely, grab the ink pen and just hold it next to what you're working on. And we're just going to start wrapping that floral tape around the two together. So now we're going to wrap all the way down the stem with the florist tape. Just using the warmth of your fingers as you're stretching and pulling on the tape to bring it down the pen. Now the tape can be torn with your hands, so if you pull a little too hard, you might tear it, but that's okay. Just keep going from where you left off, because floral tape is actually pretty forgiving. Once you get about here, you may want to take the cap off the pen so that you can get all the way down to the bottom without a problem. So wrap it all the way down to the bottom of your stem. You can go a little bit further, but again, we're going to want to put the cap back on, so don't go beyond this point here. So wrap it down a little bit, and then we're going to wrap it all the way back up. Just a second layer, just to secure it all nicely in place. So wrap it all the way back up. Just twisting and stretching as you go. And it is going to feel a little bit sticky, but that's just the wax that's in the paper. All right, so when you get to the top, it's up to you how high you want to go on the pen and the stem. And then when you're ready, cut or tear the tape and wrap it until it sticks down. And you're done. You now have a beautiful pen. For flowers without a stem, what you can do is take the stem that came off of the other flower and attach that, like so, or you start by wrapping the tape around the tiny little nub there. I wrapped it around the tiny little nub for this one, but I'm not sure how secure that's going to be. So I'm actually going to put the stem in this one and use it like that. If you have more than one flower that has no stem, then just take the extra bits and cut a little bit off. We only need a little bit to be able to work with. We have to be able to wrap it around the flower. So we're going to start the same as we did with the other one by wrapping the tape, around the stem of the flower. Make sure I get all the way up onto the flower stem, not just the bit that I stuck into it. There we go. Grab my pen and start wrapping it around both of them. Like so. And again, we're going to wrap it all the way down and all the way back up. When you get back to the top, just trim it off and wrap until it's all attached. And there you've got another flower pen. 3 flower pens. Nice. So now that you have your own flower pens, I hope it makes your homework at least a little bit more enjoyable. Have a good Tuesday. See you next week.